Penn State.
Rest in peace to that stat that everybody was loving all week.
I was like a little bit impressed with Penn State.
Oh, right. So if you want to throw like Drew Aller in a tough spot, coming out and making plays, we haven't asked him to do that a lot. Oh, excuse me, we've asked him and he hasn't done it. Like this is him on the road with a big deficit, needed to go out and make some plays, and he made some plays. So
I was thinking more like you survived a game in which I thought Lincoln Riley was in his bag early, got up on you and made it happen. You know, like that was pretty impressive. Like to weather the storm and come back and have enough creativity on offense to get it done. Like that was good. I don't think Penn State's like a national title type football team.
No.
What happened?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. I was only leaning over to change the channel
because I don't Avery Johnson just went down with like a non-contact ab injury here, I think, or some kind of abdominal thing.
He might just be puking on the field.
You might just be cramping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no hydration an issue if you've been puking your guts up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There. Roberson is coming in for this. Looks like that's gonna be an interesting thing.
The thing about that game in the first half,
he's walking pretty ginger here. That's
he pooped his pants.
Yeah, watch this. If the offensive line,
he just threw the ball and he immediately grabbed his oblique or his ab.
Yeah, that's like it's the backside. Oh, yeah.
He might have gotten hit.
No, it's the front side. Yeah. That's
he does not look comfortable. That's the long and short of it. But this was a weird game because in the first half, you're right. Like Lincoln had Penn State, they had no idea where the ball was on defense. They were following all the little bells and the whistles, getting way out of position, and they were getting burned for it. And I thought they did a very good job of adjusting in the second half and at least improving on it, if not completely wiping it out. But this was one of those games where, like, Penn State, I thought was the better team. I mean, they had 518 yards.
Yeah.
They outgained USC by a lot, but they turned the ball over 3 times. They were just killing themselves in the red zone by having to settle for field goals. Avery's running to the locker room right now, huh? But
pooped his pants.
Wait, he's running?
He's moving with a brisk pace. I don't know if I can call it a dead sprint.
Irish Illustrated in Boulder.
No.
But to me, it was one of those situations where Penn State was very nearly on the verge of being in that spot where we've seen them before in these kind of games where they're in it and then they keep making these crucial mistakes that kill them in the end. And Drew Aller, who had 3 interceptions his entire career, throws 3 interceptions today. The run game was not there. That was the most interesting thing about that game to me was Penn State could not run the ball between the tackles. Andy Kotelnicki was going in his bag with all these trick plays, and I don't think Andy Kotelnicki was doing that for fun. I think he was looking at his team today, and he was like, shit, I need to pull out these trick plays. I don't know if we could really get explosives just going straight up against these guys. So a lot of credit has to go to the USC defensive line, which did not look good last week against Minnesota. Didn't really look good the week before that either. They looked really good tonight in that front 7, taking away the run from Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, who did nothing for the most part. Nick Singleton finished with 10 carries for 26 yards. But then they hit the Tyler Warren button numerous times, 17 times for 224 yards. They had the one play where he snapped the ball and then ran down and caught the touchdown. But so for me, if I'm Penn State, this is a game I usually lose 98% of the time. So I'm absolutely thrilled to get the win. If I'm Lincoln Riley and USC, my God, you had that game. This was a game you desperately needed, both for your season and for your psyche, and just for the kind of trajectory of Lincoln Riley's entire tenure at USC. And you let it slip away. And I mean, I wrote in a column this week on it, like how big I thought this game was going to be for Lincoln Riley at USC. Like it could be either the game where things kind of turn around, or it could be the final kind of not nail in the coffin, but the beginning of the funeral procession. And I worry that this was the beginning of the funeral procession for Lincoln Riley at USC. Because what are they
Because
now?
you worry
5-8 in their last 13 conference games.
And I think because you worry, because this did feel like a home run effort, like an all-in, hey, like backs against the wall, good game plan, played well, +2 in turnovers, and you still didn't get the dub. And they have a bit of a difficult schedule coming up. Wow. The backup for Kansas State just threw a first down pass.
Trey Roberson is back. But I mean, that was honestly, that was the best thing that happened to Oklahoma fans all day. It was USC losing to Penn State shortly while they were getting their butts kicked by Texas. At least they could take some solace in that.
The jokes were there. You know, if you were on social media during the game, James Franklin and Lincoln Riley in a game management showdown.
I said on Thursday, I said the columns for this game had been written before the game. Like like whatever, no matter the outcome, the column was already written.
I thought on the Franklin side, and you give some credit to Kotelnicki as well, but there were some fourth down conversions. You know, there was some good execution. Yeah, I haven't really
pulled out the old I think it was like St. Louis, Tampa Bay, 1998 or 1999. Whenever St. Louis
NFC championship game.
Yes. Okay. So Kurt Warner, this is going to date us here a little
13-9 game or whatever it was.
Yes. So the Bucs defense is playing their ass off, and Warner looks to the sideline, snaps his chin strap off like he's pissed. He's going to walk off, and the defensive linemen take a knee because they think he's about to call a timeout, but he doesn't. And they direct snap it to Marshall Faulk. First down Rams. I'm pretty sure that was the game. Like I was 12 or 13 back in. So anyway, they did the same thing, right? Did you see what they did on the one sneak? It was beautiful. Like Drew looks to the sideline. He's like that. And then the motion guy comes and just takes a snap, and Avery Johnson is jogging back on the field. He's not holding his side. So
he pooped.
Took care of
whatever that was. He appears better. And Kansas State is going to score a touchdown. No, they're not. But they are. It's going to be third and 2 from the 4.
Do you think do you think that Penn State can beat Ohio State in a couple weeks?
Not if they play like they did today. But I think they can, yes.
Look,
not picking them to.
But I tweeted about this. We talked about this on the show. The best teams aren't quite as good, I don't think, as they used to be. And the worst teams are not. Like in 2021, I'll just use the FPI because like FPI has been the best predicting metric so far this year. If you look at prediction tracker. The 125th rated team in 2021 was like a -24. Now it's a -17. So it's not exactly, but it's basically like 2 field goals better. Okay. So there's been compression in the sport because it's harder to keep your good backups because they want to go play somewhere. Bobby Bowden wouldn't have the same work like in this day and age because he wouldn't have a first rounder sit on his bench for 3 years. You know, the guy would go play somewhere. And also the short nature of the games now. We are playing more of an NFL style game due to the clock rules. Okay. And that's the thing. Like you have fewer possessions. Makes it easier to pull upsets. Over a larger sample set, the better team will prevail. But the sample set is not larger now. It's a little bit smaller. So yeah, I totally think Penn State could pull that game off. Do I think they will? I don't know, but it's certainly possible that it could.